He was originally just a poor golf caddy, but the golf coach gave him an expensive club. At a very young age he became deeply obsessed with this unreachable sport. From then on his mother often stayed awake all night. One time she gently pushed open her son's door, and saw the child using the faint light of a candle, using a teacup as the whole, practicing his swing tirelessly over and over. Only when his mother urged him again and again did he reluctantly put down the club and fall asleep. Yet the next morning the boy was still full of excitement. He even begged his father to take him to watch the champion Harry Bardon play.
The gentleman who plays this game is not a friend to you.
I know, but he's the greatest ever.
Arthur, I don't see the harm in him
Not
going.
another word. The boy goes to school today. That's the end of it.
In fact, the father did not want to destroy his son's passion. It was just that golf at that time was seen as a sport only for nobles. The poor were destined to remain caddies all their lives. But his mother never cared about the class boundaries of this sport. She only knew her son had a strong dream he longed to realize. So she lied, saying she was taking Francis shopping in town. When they reached the crowded main street she suddenly stopped. She pretended to wonder why there were so many people gathered there. Looking up at the hanging poster, Francis instantly understood his mother's intention. He squeezed through the dense crowd, using his small figure to move smoothly to the front of the stage. And finally he saw his idol swing that perfect shot with his own eyes. Just then the world champion invited the audience onto the stage. Little Francis seized the chance and rushed up quickly, but what greeted him was not applause but ridicule. In front of his idol he was too nervous. His first swing turned out extremely poor. The audience below burst into mocking voices. Only his mother still looked at him gently, and Harry bent down to comfort him not to lose heart.
Even in our darkest hour, we must always remember, you never despair. You've held a live bird in your hands. Not too hard to hurt it, just firm enough to stop it from flying away. Try it again.
Francis adjusted himself and swung with all his strength. Finally he hit a brilliant perfect shot. The mocking voices instantly turned into loud applause and cheers. From that moment on the passion in Francis' heart burned even brighter. In countless quiet nights his skills improved rapidly. 10 years passed silently, his youth fading away. Yet the dream in his heart grew ever stronger. At 20 years old Francis won the golf championship of the public high school. But his poor caddy identity still had not changed. Fortunately the owner of the golf course admired his spirit very much. He often invited him to practice on the course. But once Francis walked to the far sand trap he became very nervous, because the course owner was watching him with a serious expression. According to the rules, caddies were not allowed to step onto the course to hit the ball. This invisible pressure made him perform poorly, but occasional mistakes could not hide his outstanding skill. On the most difficult course in Boston, he played 18 holes with a score of 81. The owner who witnessed it did not blame him. Instead he encouraged him to sign up for next month's amateur open. The only request was that he must give his all to break into the main tournament.